Good morning, everyone. Let's get right into the Word of God. So today we're going to be reading Deuteronomy chapter 23. He that is wounded in the stones, or hath his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. An Ammonite or a Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever, because they met you not with bread and with water in the way when you came forth out of Egypt, and because they hired against thee Balaam the son of Beor of Pethor of Mesopotamia to curse thee. Nevertheless, the Lord thy God would not hearken unto Balaam, but the Lord thy God turned the curse into a blessing unto thee, because the Lord thy God loved thee. Thou shalt not seek their peace nor their prosperity all thy days forever. Thou shalt not abhor an Edommite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in their 3rd generation. When the host goeth forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing. If there be among you any man that is not clean by the reason of uncleanness, that chanceth him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. But it shall be, when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water, and when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again. Thou shalt have a place also without the camp, whither thou shalt go forth abroad. And thou shalt have a paddle upon thy wagon, and it shall be, when thou wilt ease thyself abroad, thou shalt dig therewith, and shalt turn back, and cover that which cometh from thee. For the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of the camp, to deliver thee, and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee, and turn away from thee. Thou shalt not deliver to his master the servant which is escaped from his master unto thee. He shall dwell with thee, even among you, in that place which he shall choose in one of thy gates, where it liketh him best. Thou shalt not oppress him. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore, or the price of a dog, into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow, for even both these are abomination unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto the brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to in the land whither thou goest to possess it. When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it, for the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it would be sin in thee. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee. That which is gone out of thy lips thou shalt keep and perform, even a free will offering, according as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God, which thou hast promised with thy mouth. When thou comest into thy neighbor's vineyard, then thou mayest eat grapes thy fill at thine own pleasure, but thou shalt not put any in thy vessel. When thou comest into the standing corn of thy neighbor, then thou mayest pluck the ears within thine hand, but thou shalt not move a sickle into thy neighbor's standing corn. And that is the end of Deuteronomy chapter 23. The summary of Deuteronomy chapter 23. Persons excluded from the assembly. So, there's some nuance here. I'll show you here in a second, but So Moses didn't want, the bastards and the eunuchs, in the camp. But there's nuance to that. These are people who haven't accepted the offer yet, the Lord's ways, right? So I'll show you here. Okay, Isaiah 56:3. Neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, The Lord hath utterly separated from me his people. Neither let the eunuch say, Behold, I am a dry tree. See, here's the kicker here. For thus saith the Lord unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me, and take hold of my covenant. Even unto them I will give in mine house and within my walls a place, and a name better than the sons of daughters, and I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. Right, so these are people who haven't accepted, God's ways. And a lot of, I would say, in paganism, they would cut their member off and fling it on a tree. I'll just leave it at that. But so there's that. So there's some nuance to this, right? So let's go ahead and get back here. So the Amorite or the Moabite were never to enter into the kingdom because they didn't help Israel when they came out of Egypt. And they sent Balaam after him, right? Basically to curse him. And it didn't work. God turned it into a blessing. We know that story. So, and he tells them, Israel, not to hate the Egyptian. The Egyptian is allowed, if they accept his ways and stuff like that. And then, and they aren't supposed to hate the Edomite either because they're their brother. And the Edomites are basically Esau's line. So, and then they aren't to defecate and all that stuff in the camp because God walks there, right? And also, and the last thing here is that the vows are to be paid. Sorry, not played. But it didn't matter if you volunteered or whatever. Whatever comes out of your mouth, with a vow, you got to keep it and pay it, right? Do what you need to do. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening, and you guys have a wonderful day.